Hi everybody, I've just turned the bottoms of these two teapots. It's going to form their little spiral in the bottom. That's that one, and this one here. I'm still experimenting with shapes now. That's the lid for this one. I've just turned it. As I pinched it off, it left a V-shaped piece of clay there. All I've done is just turn it. It will spiral in the lid to echo the spiral on the bottom, and that's the shape of the pot up to now. A lot of fingerprints to clear off it. I pulled some handles. It's a handle I pulled. It's quite stiff now, and I laid it over this piece of tube to dry. I've since shaped it a little bit better, because obviously the diameter that's too big. You could use a rolling pin or I don't know, anything, piece of plastic tubing downspout off here from a plumber's merchants, and that's where the teapot handle is going to go. I need quite a tall handle. Okay, so that's where the handle is going to go. I've put it on here now like this because I need to, let's move this one out of the way. I need to work out where the spout's going to go. So I need to cut the spout off at an angle. And I want a tiny spout, so we will do it in profile. That's the way I want it, just there. Ooh, clever. Okay, that's roughly where it's going to go. Hey George. What? What's the matter? Oh dear. Life's hard for a kitten, isn't it? What you after? More food? What? What's your problem? What you want? Oh dear, life's hard, isn't it? Right, I'm just fettling away at this now. With George in the background. You have to something. I might edit bits of this out because it's a bit of a pain. So we offer this part up, making sure that that point there is above this point here, leaving enough space there for the handle to go in. Mark it on. Up and bottom. And then if I can find my piecing tool, there we go. I always just use a drill, being a cheapskate. I didn't want to buy one of these. They're only about £2, so if you can see me. We just drill a series of holes. in here. Number of holes can vary. I think all you have to remember is the overall area of the holes needs to be greater than the overall area of the spout. That way you've got a greater volume coming through to a smaller volume, so it's like a larger area being forced through, and you get a really nice pour. If this hole here, the area, total area of that hole there is greater, if you only put a couple of holes in here, if it's greater than that, it will just trickle out because you don't have that force. If you think about pipe work in a house, or you have larger pipe going narrower and narrower, and water feeds to any houses, it's large like this, going narrower, narrower, narrower to 15mm pipe in the house. That gives you your pressure. So you want to build up pressure here so you get a good spout of a good run of water of tea. So the area of the holes there needs to be greater than the area of that. I think I've explained myself right there, but I know what I mean. So okay, that should be enough. This just acts as a tea strainer, obviously. If you always use tea bags, you could just cut a hole in here, it really doesn't matter. I'm not a purist. Okay, so we'll leave it at that, and come back to it in a second. Okay, here we are again. We managed to soften this up a little bit. I just need my hacksaw blade. Oops. Score this. Score the edge of here. I'll score the top of that now for the handle, so I don't have to knock the spout later. Okay, find a suitable bush. A little bit of slip out the tray. My head's not in the way. I just need to make sure it's square, and if we just move it backwards and forwards, it will suddenly bite and grab hold of the pot, and that way you know it's secured. And then we can use a tool just to smooth that edge in. Let that down, because it's bound to fall off and smash. I need a little bit of clay for here actually, because I've left a bit of a lip there where I'm not trying to petalled it properly, so just had a bit of clay out there. Sorry about keeping walking out of shot, but I've got stuff all over the place here. the gist of it. Obviously I'll tidy this up a little bit better once I'm off camera. I'm always conscious of boring you to tears. So there's the spout. I just need to mark where this is going on the back. Same again, get it square. Give it a quick mark. Score it. And then some slip. Score this edge. This one. Same again, just wiggle it backwards and forwards until you feel it bite, and the back, wiggle it backwards and forwards until you feel it bite. A bit of slip round it. What I do here, sorry if I'm just waffling on, is try and use anything that's got a circle on it just to give it a little imprint. It gives a little bit of detail to the pot. But also it helps really press that handle on. Okay, same again, a little bit more fettling. And there's the first teapot. This handle needs to come this way a little bit more. But there you have it, that's the first one. I'll clean it up again in a minute. Out the way. This one here is going to have tall handles like my previous pots. That the previous pots had, with a piece of wood through it. So I need to decide exactly how tall they're going to be. Cut them both same length. I'm going to put a hole in here for the handle, So I need to just bend this little bit. On the back. Screw this. Slip. And again, wiggle it backwards and forwards. Till it bites. And that's the handle at the back. Now the one at the front, the spout's going to be in the way. We just cut this spout off. And the spout's going to go there. And this one, I'm trying to do this at an angle so you can see. This one's going to be in, the spout's going to be away of this one, so I need to angle that cut there, get my height correct. So this one is going here. Mark that. Score it. Slip. Show we square. Back and forwards until it bites. I'm not going to show you me just finishing these off here, it's just a question of smoothing and fettling. The lid is, where is the lid? What have I done with it? Put it somewhere. The usual organised chaos. Ah, here we have it. There's the lid. It's not been turned yet. That's just where I fetched it off the wheel. I'm just going to turn this one flat. That'll give you some idea of the lid. Okay, I'll leave that indentation. I'm just going to turn that flat so that you can lift it off by hand. Mind you, looking at it now, it needs a thrown lid, doesn't it? So what I'll do now is I'll turn this off, throw a little knob shape on there, and I think we need a tall teardrop shaped knob. Yes, I think we'll do that. No, teardrop shaped knob here. This is going to have a hole drilled in here, and it will have a piece of beech. We'll have a piece of beech dowel through there like that. Okay. Right, I'll finish these off now. I'll cut it now. Finish them off, fettling them, get them all cleaned up, and then give you a quick finishing shot. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, here's the two finished pieces. I've put a piece of dowel in here. I shall keep turning that to make sure it doesn't stick, but that's just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. But also it helps keep the holes lined up vertically. Whoops. So I don't smash it before then, messing about. Also, it keeps them apart. So that's that one. And here's the other one with a tall handle. Just finished fettling it off now. Let it dry out a little bit more, and I can give it another wipe over with a sponge. Just popped a little bit of clay in there, and use the edge of a paintbrush just to fill it in. It just stops it from splitting off there when it dries. Okay, so there's the two teapots that I threw earlier. Hope you can see them next to the background with the light shining through the background. Okay, there you go. A bit of feedback would be nice on which ones you like. I know which one I like, but it's not always what I like, what people want to buy, so there you have it. Okay, talk to you next time.